Morning, YouTubers. It is April 19th, 2019. It is Good Friday. And these are your morning announcements. I'm on my way to work. It is currently 46 degrees. It's going to get up into the upper 50s today, which is great. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to keep on with the tradition here of telling you guys about new and awesome YouTubers. Some people that you guys should check out. If you're into world travel and you'd like to see travel videos, especially people who travel kind of off the beaten path a bit, I'd like you to check out my friend Sheila Simkin. That's Sheila, S-H-E-I-L-A, Simkin, S-I-M-K-I-N, Sheila Simkin. She's a lady who's out of Chicago, who is never home because she is always traveling. Always traveling. I bet if she's home for a total of 2 months out of the year, that's a lot. I'm probably exaggerating, but she is always on vacation. But she goes all over the world, and she makes videos of all the different places that she goes, all the things that she sees. She shows you the hotel rooms that they get, tells you about the deals that they get, tells you about the different amenities on the different flights that she takes, both in, amenities that you find in coach, in business class, and in first class if she's lucky enough to get bumped up to first class. I mean, she's just great. She's really great, and she's very funny. She's very funny. She'll tell you how it is. If she doesn't like something that she sees, she lets you know it. And which cracks me up, but it also kind of helps you know maybe the places that you would or wouldn't want to go to, based on the things that she's telling you. She's not sugarcoating it. So check her out, Sheila Simkin. Another great YouTuber is called Curiosity Incorporated. And Curiosity Incorporated, Alex, the guy who kind of runs that channel, he owns an antique store and collectible store in Canada. And he takes you, in his videos, he takes you thrifting. He takes you to places that he like estate sales or that kind of thing, just to look at items. But for the last couple months now, he's been working on, he bought a house. He found out about a house that was going to be demolished, and the people who own the house basically said, hey, come on out and make an offer on anything in this house that you might think that you'd like to buy, which he did. He went out there. He ended up buying the whole house and all of its contents. And at first glance, it kind of looked like maybe it was that the person who owned the house had a hoarding problem. But as he dug into it, he discovered that it was the house of a potterer. Is that how you say that? Potterer? Person who does pottery, who's kind of famous in Canada. And he discovered all kinds of pottery in this house that was still there. Other things of hers, like poetry and stories and painted artwork, just all kinds of stuff. And so for the last couple months, it's been a journey about this house and this woman. So if you want to really watch an interesting series that's kind of like watching this old house, because he's refurbishing the house, okay? It's kind of like watching an estate sale, because he's constantly showing you the things that he found. And it's also a biography about this woman who owned this house. We actually get to meet her in one of the videos. It's either one or two of the videos. You actually get to meet her. And it's just a really, really interesting, it's become a very interesting story. I mean, this could have been on like regular TV. It's that good. And so Curiosity Incorporated, go check it out. It's a wonderful family, Alex and Melissa and their kids. Just a really, really sweet guy. And I absolutely adore this family and what they do, and they're so good. They're so giving. They're so generous. So go check them out. Give them some love. And lastly, another storage unit buying YouTube page that I really enjoy watching is called What the Hales, H-A-L-E-S, What the Hales. This husband and wife team, they go and they buy storage lockers and kind of show you what is in the storage lockers, and it's fun. They're fun people. They're really neat. They give you lots of cool tips and hints, and they get excited about little things like the lady, her name is George, and she gets really excited about swords. Anything sharp and shiny, she loves it, man, and that's right up my alley. So I really enjoy watching her excitement over swords and shiny things, and it's funny because they'll often they often find like food and stuff in the storage units. Sometimes he eats it, and I'm like, don't eat that! Oh my God, why are you eating that? But it's fun. It's fun to watch. So go check them out. That was Sheila Simpkin, Curiosity Incorporated, and What the Hales. Just fun YouTube channels for those of you who are sick and tired of TV and would rather watch something with a little bit of substance. Yeah, check it out. So it's Good Friday, and traditionally I talk about my faith on Good Friday. So at this point, if you don't want to hear anything about my faith, turn off the video. I'm giving you fair warning. If you do want to know a little bit about my faith, then keep it on and just hear me out. As you know, Good Friday is extremely important to the Christian faith, and you know, for my whole life, it's been a more important holiday actually than Christmas in my family, and it's because of the necessity of it for our salvation, you know. God was really generous when he created us, okay, when he brought us into being. He gave us so many abilities that are just like his own, you know. He gave us, the most important one, of course, being he gave us the ability to create and to destroy. We can create things and show an expression of ourselves through our creativity, through our art, our music, our videos, in so many different ways. You know, we can show off our creativity. You know, some people knit, some people do botanical things, grow flowers and make a beautiful yard, and that's their canvas, that's their artwork, you know. There's so many different ways that we can create, and that is a divine gift from God to us, is that ability to create. And I'm sure if you are an artsy person, or if you've ever tried to create something before, I'm sure that you've, upon occasion, created something gorgeous and beautiful. Like, you know, I like to paint, and I have sat down at the canvas and have spent hours sketching and then painting in, layering after layer after layer. I work with oil paints, so I do a lot of layering of paint to come up with the feel and the texture colors that I want. And I'll do this painting and I'll be down to the last stroke. I'll put it down and I'll be like, yes, this is it. This is what I was going for. This is the best painting I've ever done in my life. Get up, walk away from the canvas, go back into my, where my canvas is, where my easel is, only to find the painting face down on the floor. The best painting I've ever made in my life is now face down on the floor, and I will never be able to fix it. It is a mess. It has got cat hair all embedded in the oil. It is smeared. It is a wreck. It's terrible. It's destroyed. It's destroyed. It was perfection, and now it is not. Nothing that I did caused this painting to fall on the floor. It was actually my cat. But anyways, I think when I think about how God must feel about this world, I think that he must feel like I did when I found my canvas on the floor face down and I knew my perfection was ruined. I think that God looks at our world and that's got to be what he sees, because we've really made a mess of this world. We're terrible to one another. We're terrible to the environment. We're so selfish. We're so hedonistic. We have no real deep and loving sense of community, especially here in America. We just don't have that. The perfection that God created for us, we took it for granted and just messed it up, And who knows how long God took to actually think about creating this world. I mean, of course, he lives in eternity, so 1 minute could be like a million years, right? We don't know, but I'm sure that given the complexity of everything on this planet, when you think about the complexity of an eye, it's way too complex to have gone from a photosensitive cell on our body, on a creature's body, millions and millions of years ago, to the complexity of the eye as it is today. We just don't have enough time. The age that geologists have placed our planet at, it's just not old enough for that kind of evolutionary change, So when you think about the time that God put into everything and how it works together here in this world, to be able to do that and then have this race of beings that you created because you wanted to have somebody to love, not only reject you but destroy your creation the way that we have. I mean, if it were me, if I were God, I think I would have just snapped my fingers and just eliminated the problem altogether. You know what I'm saying? I just would have wiped it out. Because that's what I did with my painting. I picked it up off the floor, I wiped the floor off, and I threw my painting away. I didn't even try to recover that mess. But that's not what God did with us, God realized that the only way to fix this mess that we've created in this world was an atonement had to be made. An atonement had to be made. A sacrifice had to be made as an atonement for the mess that we created. And God sent his son to do that for us. Because only a perfect creature nature could be the proper sacrifice for the mess that we've made. Only perfection could fix that. So, God sent his son to die for us as the perfect atonement for the sins and the mess that we made here. And now we have the opportunity to live with God in paradise, in a place where it is perfect and there isn't all this decay and hate and anger and meanness. We'll still have to atone for our sins. Believe me, we're going to have to stand before God and we're going to be judged, all right? No matter what, we're going to be judged. There is no getting away from that. It's going to happen. But we'll be forgiven. That's humbling. That's humbling to me. Because I can assure you that when it comes to people who have messed up in this world, I am at the top of the top. The only thing that I haven't done, I haven't murdered, I haven't raped, I haven't committed like any major felony or anything like that. But I've lied, I've cheated, I've stolen, I've used God's name in vain. I've spent more time worshiping Star Wars than I have worshiping the Bible. I can assure you of that. And yet, Jesus died for me. Despite all that, despite everything that I've done, it's so depraved and wicked, he still died for me. And if even one person in this earth wouldn't have been worthy of God's forgiveness, it wouldn't have happened. Which means you're worthy of that forgiveness too. So, I'm not saying that you should believe as I believe. I'm not going to do that. But I'd like you to think about it. Just think about it. Talk to God. It's really easy to talk to God. You just say, Lord, I'm talking to you. And I have some questions. And I need your help. And I'd like to know more. And I'd like you to touch my heart. You know, it's very easy to talk to God. I think people think that, you know, there has to be some sort of like holy formula in order to reach out and contact God. No, you just talk to him the same way that you would talk to a friend, you know? And it's okay to take everything to God. I take everything to God. Everything. Probably, I'm sure that God is a lot of times like, oh man, it's her again, you know, because I talk to him about everything. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say for Good Friday, is that I appreciate what God did for me and what he did for you and what he did for the whole world. Because for God so loved the world, not just the white world, not just the straight world, not just the rich world, the world. God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Your soul will go on in paradise with God. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I love you guys. I love you guys regardless of what you believe. I love you. And I hope you guys have a good, blessed Good Friday. And we'll see you again soon, okay? Mwah. Take care. Bye-bye.